So I was told that there is a person lurking about in town who is wanted by the police and may be dangerous. So I was told to watch out for this person if I go out for a walk. Unfortunately, in this town, that's a bit like if I were to tell somebody I'm going into the woods and they were to say, watch out, you might encounter a tree. Michael went to the hospital a couple of days ago. They said he might have hernia, so they scheduled an ultrasound. And they can't tell him the results of the ultrasound yet. They have to wait until somebody who is qualified to read the results gets back to him. So I've got that dark cloud hanging over my head right now. He wasn't really feeling well when we went to a family member's house to open Christmas presents. We had our family get together a couple days after the holiday, obviously, because a lot of us do have to work on Christmas. Me especially, now that I work in a healthcare field, I have to work on Christmas. That's a part of that workplace. Not complaining because, to be perfectly frank, some days having Christmas off is my mother works in a psychiatric facility, and she tells me that there are far more people winding up in mental health care situations during the holidays because they don't have anything to do that day. They're alone, and it kind of overwhelms them. And I don't want to get into a lot of detail right now because I don't want to get flagged or taken down or whatever. But obviously, I'm just sort of, once again, I'm just in this state of constant trying to find my footing, and I feel like I'm balancing the sword of Damocles right above my head, and every day just feels like the whole ground could fall from underneath me. And I'm trying not to let I'm just trying to get through to tomorrow, if I'm honest. Like, right now, the house is still in a perpetual state of DIY-ness. We only have one working bathroom right now, and we can't run the hot water for very long right now because the toilet in one of the bathrooms had to be taken out to put new flooring in. But the person who came over to take the toilet out hasn't been back to finish what he's supposed to do so we can do our thing. And that's where we are right now. That's just where we are right now. There's nothing I can really do to change it. And of course, Michael started talking the other day about what I'm supposed to do if anything happens. And the truth is I have no freaking clue. I mean, I feel like if something happens, the first thing I'm going to do is try to sell that trailer. As soon as the lease is up, I want to get rid of that trailer because I can't own my own home. I don't have anywhere near enough. I can't do any of the repairs. So I don't have any money. We've tried to put money away, but it is so hard because, like, all right, he has a medical emergency. The last time I was able to put money away, I ended up having to spend all of that on, getting an ambulance for, transporting him from the hospital to Sunnyview. I had to pay the property taxes. I had to pay the light bill. So saving money really only works when both of us are earning a steady income, and he hasn't been full-time since the stroke. At least I don't think he's been full-time. I mean, it doesn't feel like he's been full-time. And right now, if he is going in for surgery if he does have to get surgery for whatever this is, that's gonna mean I'm back to being the only wage earner. And I mean, I was able to pick up a bunch of extra hours this week on top of the Christmas pay. So hopefully that check lets us put a dent into some of our debts. But for fuck's sake, I'm just getting overwhelmed every single day. And I'm not asking for suggestions, so keep them to yourself. I like it whenever I do tell people not to give me suggestions. The first thing they do is give me a suggestion. Please don't even do it. Don't even do it to be funny. I'm not in the mood. I'm just getting this off my chest right now because there's not a fuck ton of people I can talk to, because again, too many people don't realize what these things are for. They know what this is for, but they don't know that these are different holes and that this should be closed when you're talking to them. But no, people never want to listen. People don't want to be listeners. So right now, this is as close as I can get to affording therapy. Right now, this is just me getting shit off my chest, because what else can I do? And of course, after he told me all of the stuff that I should do after if he passes away, like, I'm just this is a hypothetical scenario. If anything happens to him, he's telling me all this stuff I have to do, and then he's saying, don't freak out about it. Which, by the way, don't ever tell somebody, like, if you know somebody is an overthinker, don't ever tell them a bunch of shit and then tell them not to overthink it. That's like literally, that's like throwing gasoline on a flame. That's just, or it's like trying to blow a flame out, and it just makes the flame worse. Just pick a metaphor for making a fire worse, and that's what people do to me when they say, don't overthink it. Here's a bunch of shit you're gonna overthink, but don't overthink it. I mean, I don't even know how to sell the trailer. We had to go through a whole ton of shit just to buy the trailer and move into the trailer park. And I don't have the know-how to, like, look, nobody has ever shown me how to do the things that I need to do to keep a house in good repair. No one has ever shown me that, not once. They never showed me how. They never made sure I could do that again, and look, I envy people who can learn how to do a thing overnight. I cannot do that. I need to be shown how to do it. I need to do it myself. I need to have plenty of opportunities to do it, and I need to not fuck up at any point. Like, I need to have a constant string of success, because that's how I learn things. I'm not Andy Ditch, okay? I don't make excuses for the shit I'm not willing to do, but I do need certain things in place if I am going to learn how to do things, because that's just, but I can never make people understand that. Like, I tried explaining that, in my new job. One of the things I have to do is know how to give the Heimlich maneuver, and they tell you how to do the Heimlich, but they don't show you. And I told the nurse who was explaining it to us, like, I need an example. I need to be able to practice the motions. I need somebody to walk me through it, and eventually I need to have a practical exercise. And of course she said, well, there's no practicing doing the Heimlich. I'm like, okay, that can't be right. Like you have this practice dummy for changing a brief and for moving a body and for brushing their teeth. Like, you have this practice dummy that lets you do all this stuff that you do to a person in a healthcare situation, but they don't have one for doing the Heimlich, and there's a ton of stuff I don't know about giving the Heimlich. Like, how do I give the Heimlich to somebody sitting down? How do I give the Heimlich to somebody who's really overweight? Like, there's 1,001 questions that nobody is answering. They're telling me, like, they're repeating over and over again how to do it. But again, that's not answering the questions I have, which goes into my whole people not listening thing, because it's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm making my needs very clear, but people are not meeting them. They are just, no, just do this, just do this, just do this. But there are a dozen scenarios where that is not the right thing to do. There are other steps. And if I don't know those steps, I'm going to miss something and somebody's going to get hurt or worse. And that just ties right back into the fact that I could never get the trailer up to this. Like, we had to do a bunch of stuff on the trailer before the previous owner was allowed to move out of the trailer park. Before he was allowed to sell it to us, we had to get the trailer up to snuff so that it was acceptable by the standards of the community. If something happens to Michael, I don't have any help. I don't have anybody who can help me do that. So I don't know how hard it's going to be to sell the trailer. I don't know how hard it's going to be to move out of the trailer park. Like, there's a billion things going through my mind right now if something happens to Michael. And I'm not allowed to get upset about it. That's the hardest part. I'm not allowed to get upset. I'm not allowed to be stressed about it. I have to be this perfect paragon of calmness and stability. And I have never been terribly good at that when I was on my own. Fuck me. Well, I will keep you up to date. I can't go into a lot of detail, obviously. I got to be careful about what I say to who and how I say it. I'm so tired. Tired of everything. Tired of the mental health race. I'm tired of everything I have to do to stay afloat and have to stay on my feet.